Hello team. In this video, I would like to share my thoughts regarding the project management week 2 discussion. The first question of the week 2 discussion asks about describe a possible imbalance between a manager's authority and responsibility, what impact it might have on your project. So we need to understand what is project manager's authority and what is his responsibility. Okay, so start your research in that area, understanding what are project management authorities and what responsibilities he will be having. So in different situations we can apply these aspects. For example, making decisions. While making decisions, the project manager will have all the authority to make decisions based on the analysis they have done. However, the decisions that are to be made should be responsibly taken, because if any decision fails, it will be the responsibility of the project manager. So different types of feasibility analysis will be conducted, and based on that they will be making decisions. So if inappropriate decision will be made by the project manager, for example, if there is a task that should be completed in 10 days, but because of maybe for unknown reason, if project manager decides that task to be finished in 5 days, it will definitely have impact on progress of the work, quality of the work, how employees respond to that work. Okay, so whatever the decision we make, that should be accurate, reliable and feasible decision. Without that, it is not possible to complete that activity within the time. So it is very important that project manager should consider multiple aspects while making a decisions. Here one thing is important to understand, that project manager have all the right to make whatever the decision he want to make, because he is the person who is going to suffer, who is responsible for failed decisions. Okay, so he have all the authority to make decisions, but it is all on his head whether if he take those decisions responsibly or not. Second one, if we take planning and actual work. For example, if the project manager project manager will be planning the schedule. So we have, for example, if you are working for 2 months, 8 weeks of schedule we will be planning, and we have nearly 30 resources to work in that area. Okay, so for example, if one or two people become sick and if they take leave, it will be definitely having effect on the work. So it is very important to plan, assuming that the planned work might not work accordingly. There will be some delays, and we should be prepared to handle those delays. There will be some uncertain things that might happen while continuing the project. It is very important that we are planning accordingly. So the project manager will have all the authority to plan work, but what we plan will be mostly different from actually what is completed. So there should be a balance between these two things. So in such area, if for example, if absenteeism in the organization increases, definitely project manager in that the project manager who is responsible for that project, he need to make a decision. Maybe he can fire some of the non-performing assets, and he can recruit new people. In that way, he should make some decision, but that decision should be responsibly done. So for example, if an employee is working from several years in the organization, and because of some bad situations they are taking too many leaves, and the project is delaying because of that. Okay, so in that area, how the project manager should respond, that should be addressed here. Okay, so in that area, what they can do, maybe they can continue with the employee, otherwise they can ask what is the reasons for that, and if they are satisfied they can do it. Otherwise they can offer leave, some days holidays for the employee, and they can continue with part-time employees. There will be multiple decisions project manager can make. It all depends how responsibly he is making the decision. Okay, delegation of authority. He can fire any employee, he can make decisions regarding the budget. The project manager can decide, like he will be having certain authorities that are documented and clearly explains what rights, what authorities the project manager have. So however, though he is having power of making decisions, so it is very important to make better decisions that help employees and that ensures progress of project and creates benefit out of the project that is completed. Usually, the next point is responding in crisis situations. So when difficult situations experienced by the project managers, maybe some uncertain things like natural calamities, some accidents, fire accidents, some different situations happen. because of which the project planned might be affected. Okay, for example, for because of rains or because of floods, maybe for 1 week the project got delayed. In such situation, the project manager will be more pressurized because he is supposed to complete the project within the scheduled time. So in such situations, maybe he can make different type of decisions. Maybe, for example, he can talk to project owners and he can explain the situation and he can get project extended for 1 week or 2 weeks. Okay, that can be done. Definitely it will be having impact on cost of the project, so it can be done. It's a simple way because it won't affect employees of the organization. Next thing is he can push employees to make work overtime and complete things on scheduled date. Okay, these are two different situations how he can respond to a simple crisis situation. So in this situation also, if he put more pressure on employees continuously, there will be a difficult situation for the organization. Okay, performance of the employees might be reduced. So second thing is if he go and talk to the project owners, it might reflect on the cost of the project, time it is taken. Maybe some of the employees, some of the highly skilled employees who are recruited for very less period, they might not be available when the project time get extended. Maybe if they have time till 21, if they will be available with us for next 1 week, and if the project is extended for another 2 weeks, it is not possible that those resources will be available with us. So these are the different situations. However, like by analyzing the things, they should make a better decision. Next one is conflict situations. When conflict rises in the organization, the project manager should not rush to make decisions. They need to understand reasons for a situation. What are the reasons for conflict and why it occurred? After solving conflict, also project manager will have all the responsibility to make sure that that similar kind of conflict will not rise in future. Okay, so conflict might rise because of cultural differences between the employees, maybe because of disparity between expectation and what we are receiving. There will be different type of situations. So in every situation, the project manager should understand the situation properly and make sure that no parties get affected badly because of the decision that is made by the project manager. So even in project delay situations, rather than accusing employees or rather than creating difficult situation for the project, it is better to know what are the reasons for delays, and he can talk to stakeholders, and he can see. Usually what project managers will do is they keep some space. They keep, maybe if project can be completed in 10 days, they will quote it for 15 days. Those 5 days will be kept as spare to ensure that some bad consequences occur, that can be handled. Okay, we call it contingency planning. So usually while writing project management plan, we discuss about it, where contingency of budget will be maintained to ensure that if because of different situations, if cost of resources or cost of labor increases, to handle that or to face uncertain situations, we keep some contingency budget. Similarly, project delays involves project cost, right? It will be increasing cost of the project, it will be increasing time of the project. So in that situations, main impact will be on finance, that can be planned. Okay, contingency planning should be there with respect to time, cost, these two elements based on the project success. When a project becomes successful, it is very important that that success is shared with the team. Okay, so yes, a project manager just should explain that it is a team success rather than considering as it's his or her own success. Okay, so in this way we can discuss the first point. Be very specific. You can select 1 or 2 points out of it and you can discuss about it. Okay, that is a nice area. Like whenever I do a research, I will try to find out several points like this, and if I want to write multiple copies, or even if you are writing one copy, I want to be very specific about what I am discussing. Okay, so try to give your best for the first question. Chalo, the next question is Describe in your own words what you believe are four important characteristics of high performing project teams. Tell why you believe each is so critical. Explain how they are related to each other and give at least two specific suggestions for each. So, so from based on my research, I consider these six elements are very important for high performing project teams. First thing is there should be open communication. So people can communicate to the team members and management to everyone. It should be there should be open communication strategy. Why it is required to ensure that have proper communication. There is no delay in communication. And these are two suggestions, I guess. Like we can write a number of suggestions why open communication is important in organization. Next one is trust. Employee should have trust on the organization. Employee should have trust on the colleagues. Employee should have trust on their project manager. So only trust makes it work for employee and organization to continue for long term. Next, mutual respect. So people working in teams should have mutual respect on each other. They should understand what see if we are having a discussion, every person should give equal importance to what members of the team are trying to explain, and we should listen first. We should listen more and talk less. So that is one thing. Next one is whatever others are explaining, we should give respect to their words. Even if it is a worst idea, you should understand it is an idea generated by some XYZ person, and we should respect that idea. Okay, so next one, understanding others' culture, understanding others' practices, understanding others' behaviors, giving respect to each and every aspect is very important. Then there will be a positive environment in the organization, and such environments can perform well, and people working in such environment will perform high. Next one, flexibility. So based on the requirement, employees, project teams, team members working in the project should be flexible enough. So main thing is maybe like from organization side, flexible timings will be provided, flexible work environment. This is how it should work, and employees should be flexible for any changes that project team manager suggests for. Adaptability, whatever is explained, whatever the new concepts that are introduced, that should be easily accepted by the employees. And if for example a new policy is created by the organization for some reason, so employees should, after having a session on that, employees should understand the policy and they should own it. So they should be ready to adopt whatever the new concepts that are new things that are helped. Okay, for example, you project in a team have a certain culture, project team culture, that should be owned by the employee. If everybody is, if 5 out of 4 people are giving according to the requirement, and if one person misses the standards that they are following, it won't work. Okay, so that person should also adopt the culture. Next one, learning attitude. So learning is a continuous thing that should be believed by the employees. So everyone should learn whatever the new things that come across. They should be open and studious to learn things. Understood? So these are 6 important things that I noticed important for the analysis for this section. Okay, so next, third one, you should research about push pull interactive communication strategies and try to identify 1 or 2 to 3 examples where push strategy should be applied, where pull strategy should be applied, where interactive communication method should be applied. Okay, so you should be very keen and specific about things. After writing it, you select one of the best option, one such circumstances which helps to clearly explain that for push mechanism, push communication strategy, this is the situation where we should use. You can write only one among 3 options that you have selected. Okay, later when you are writing a response, you can use other strategy also, other situation. You can quote other alternative situation. Okay, so make sure that you give very clear explanation about each and every topic. That's it, team. Thank you very much.